This is Reading for Idiots, and we are doing something a little bit different today because we are putting Louisa May Alcott's masterpiece, Little Women, in the ring beside its modern-day film adaptation. Yes, I am talking about Greta Gerwig's 2019 film, Little Women, because I've not seen any of the other ones. Although, having said that, the 1994 version does seem pretty fucking banging. Check this out, okay? What am I gonna say? Okay. Joe. Winona Ryder plays Joe. Herr Bear is played by Gabriel Byrne. Sam Mathis and Kirsten Dunst play Amy. Beth is played by Claire Danes. Guess who plays Laurie? Christian Bale, and it's only Susan fucking Sarandon as Marmee. Actually, did you know, not including the two I just mentioned, but there have been over 10 adaptations of Little Women. Obviously for TV, for film, but there's also been an anime, a musical, a play, an opera, a ballet. Oh my God, basically every medium just shy of TikTok burlesque. I'll put a link in the description so you can check them all out. So anyway, although many women do call me a monster, not least because I titled a video about two great works of art created by two women who wore it better, there will be no spoilers in this video. So let's just get into it. I know, I have probably bored your nipples off the amount of times I've described the book as warm and a snuggie for the soul or something. And in my review, I even resorted to a torturous baking metaphor. Can you imagine it? A metaphor on baking fucking bread. Well, guess what? The film amazingly manages to capture that exact same warmth. And what I was most nervous about, and I literally watched the film immediately after I finished the book, and this is I'm not casting aspersions on Greta Gerwig as a director. I absolutely love her, but it's more about how much I loved the book. But what I was most worried about was whether Gerwig could capture that same fuzzy core vibe that pervades the book, right? Well, I'm so happy and I'm so glad to tell you that Gerwig absolutely did. She just captured that lovingness and tenderness that the book has, and she just presents it to us so we can drink it in through our eye holes. And it absolutely does not feel like a modern filmmaker reimagining or reinterpreting a classic like that shitty 2009 Dorian Gray, there's another video idea. I was going to say, although having said that, I should really watch that film again because it's been about a decade. I think the only decent modern filmmaker reinterpretation has got to be the late 90s Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet. I'm sure you'll let me know down below. Greta Gerwig's Little Women feels like a handwritten love letter with a wax seal, and her love and respect for the source material, as well as her confidence and competence in her craft, in making the film her own, all of that really does shine through in the most satisfying way. The cinematography is soft and golden, and the costumes are just gorgeous. I mean, they don't feel period costumey at all. In fact, Jacqueline Duran, she won the Oscar for Best Costume Design. The relationship dynamics, especially among the sisters, equally intimate and chaotic, exactly as how I imagined them. Here is where Gerwig got playful, and a lesser director would have totally shat the bed attempting to do something like this. But don't panic, don't panic. She doesn't change the ending of the book, but she tweaks it in a way that adds a clever and satisfying level of commentary, which really just speaks to her love and respect for the source material and her badassery as a director and storyteller herself. Actually, if anything, I think what she does adds to the book because she addresses something that's like, it's clearly there in the book, right? It's just not explicit, it's unwritten. And Greta Gerwig's bringing this issue to light in the way that she did, well, it's kind of, here's another tortured metaphor for you. Your eyebrows are furrowed because you were concentrating and you didn't even notice they're still furrowed. And Gerwig just says, hey, did you realize your eyebrows are furrowed? And her tweak is exactly like that. Well, I don't know if it's exactly like that, but it's kind of like that. She addresses a tension, and because she sheds light on it, all of a sudden I felt lighter and I could breathe easier. And if you're a fan of the book, I bet you know exactly what I mean. Greta Gerwig's ending, her twist, it's meta, right? She totally respects the original while also giving back to Louisa May Alcott a little bit of narrative agency. Because remember, Louisa May Alcott, not only did she not want to write this book in the first place, but having written it, her publisher pretty much guilt-tripped her into making it wholesome and moral and, God forbid, romantic. She didn't want Joe to get married. But the market demanded it, and Louisa May Alcott, like Joe, she wanted to make her own money, right? Which makes what Greta Gerwig did in her film all the more powerful. She's not rewriting Louisa May Alcott's Little Women. It's like she's finishing Alcott's sentences. It's like she goes, I see you, Louisa. Hold my beer.
What an incredible coincidence. So do I.
This is where the movie really breaks from the book, because the book is linear, right? It's from childhood to adulthood in a straight line, one exhausting Christian moral lesson at a time. The movie, non-linear. We're Tarantinoing Little Women, baby. It's Pulp Fiction in petticoats. But not like that. The film jumps back and forth between childhood and adulthood, and it differentiates them using color grading and I guess just vibes. Like in the childhood bits, it's more warmer tones, and we see more cooler blues in the present adulthood sections. It's just subtle and brilliant. And you know what? It works. This non-linear structure works, especially if you're already familiar with the story, because like, who isn't? I mean, I wasn't, but the non-linear structure totally works, and I was totally skeptical at first because it just like pops you in there in media res, and I'm like, this isn't the way the book started, but totally works. Because using a certain event, yes, that event, using that event as a pivot, it's not a pivot, but using it as a pivot around which the story unfolds allows the emotional arcs to hit just as hard as it would hit for someone who knows what's coming as it would do for a first-time viewer, because you're seeing the past through the lens of, well, you know what's coming. And that's exactly how the characters would be seeing the past as well in that situation, right? And that is just a genius choice by Greta Gerwig, because it sort of matches, it sort of mimics memory, right? It's patchy, it's sentimental, it's out of order. Except for one character. They absolutely nailed the casting in Little Women. You know how like in this is kind of related. You know how like in Harry Potter, it feels like every character is perfectly cast, whether it's Luna Lovegood to Dawn French playing the fat lady in the portrait. Everyone is just perfect, right? Well, Saoirse Ronan as Jo, that is fucking elite. It's like the perfect balance of poise and restraint and just feral female energy. Oscar nom for Best Actress, totally deserved. Emma Watson as Meg, I mean, I'll take that. She's prim, she's proper, she's more than possible. It's kind of difficult not to get outshone by Saoirse Ronan and, oh my god, Florence Pugh as Amy. Oscar nom for Best Supporting Actress, she should have won it. First of all, okay, she plays Amy as both a child and an adult, and I don't know if you've noticed, Florence Pugh is not a child, okay? There is no CGI shenanigans, none of this de-aging malarkey. It's just Florence Pugh acting her frilly little socks off, and it's a home run. And secondly, let me just preface this by saying, I did not find Book Amy as much of a bint as other people understandably do. But secondly, Florence Pugh brings a complexity and a depth and a development to movie Amy that, man, like, she almost steals the show. Eliza Scanlon as Beth, just an angel on earth. And Timothée Chalamet as Laurie, chaotic, charming, a little bit tragic. Man, that kid, I mean, he's an adult. That guy is just the perfect rich Twinkie sex doll, isn't he? And no, I won't tell you who I thought was miscast, but I will definitely fight you in the comments over it. So besides the non-linear timeline and the meta twist to the ending, the film actually does deepen and develop some of the other themes too. There's a greater emphasis on women's autonomy, on creative freedom and money, especially the money part. Greta Gerwig really does zoom in on what it is for a woman to earn her own money and to own things for herself and to decide for herself. Jo's arc in particular is given a sharper feminist edge, and in a way that I think Louisa May Alcott would have done herself if she were born in a different day and age, and one that she would have definitely loved. And it's not in like a cringy kind of grating girl boss in a corset kind of way. Greta Gerwig allows the material to be what it is. What she does is she draws out the elements that still sing and still sting today. The point is, she doesn't overdo it. Like I think with Barbie, she kind of overdid it a little bit. She hit the themes with a sledgehammer a little bit, I think. But in her Little Women, she paints the themes with a calligraphy pen. Also, the music. Alexandre Desplat was like, "What if I got the music to cradle you, my love?" And I was just like, "Yes, please, thank you, I'm very tired." The book is the foundation. It's warm, it's wise, it's occasionally insufferably preachy, but it's always real. And the film is the remix. It is smart, it's funny, it's loving, it's respectful, it's self-aware enough to feel modern, but without ever breaking the spell. So tell me, who wore it better? Also, who do you think I think was miscast? Also, actually, just curious, really. Who's your favorite sister? I mean, I personally did not find Book Amy as objectionable as many people seem to do. Yeah, let's start a discussion down below. Pester the like button, subscribe for more chaos and catharsis, share this video with your favorite German, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe.